Hey guys, what's going on? Dan's News here with a little bit of a different video. This is an impressions video on Mafia 3. A couple weeks ago, 2K flew me out to their home office in just outside of San Francisco to check out Mafia 3 and BioShock the Remastered Edition. In this video, you're just going to be checking out hearing my thoughts on Mafia 3, but very soon I will be starting a playthrough of BioShock 2. So if you haven't seen any of my BioShock stuff, I have the whole first game playthrough on my channel. It's pretty old, but we're going to move into BioShock 2 and then BioShock Infinite after that from the Remastered Edition. So you'll see more from that soon, but here's my thoughts on Mafia 3. I got to play a fair bit of Mafia 3. I got to play the whole opening of the game up till kind of the major event that you've seen in all the trailers where Lincoln Clay's betrayed, and then I got to play, we fast forwarded to kind of later acts in the game where I could go through and do some of the missions, specifically focusing on taking certain areas back, which is kind of a big chunk of the game. Is it's kind of territorial based stuff, and you're going through and you're taking out the other, like the Haitian gang and the Italian mafia and all that stuff, and you're trying to dismantle it and kind of build your own empire while getting revenge at the same time. And it's a fantastic game. From what I've played so far, I really was digging it. The gameplay was really fun. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Mafia 2. I never played the first Mafia. I really do need to go back and play the first Mafia. But the Mafia 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's probably in the top 10, and it's such a great story and such a great fun game. There were some issues that I had with like future DLC stuff that if you're a super long viewer of my channel, you know I had some issues with the Joe's Adventures DLC. But Mafia 3 is what we're here to talk about, and I'm gonna talk about it, okay? Man, the cutscenes blow my mind. The facial animation on the characters and just the way the story is presented is very cool. It's kind of presented in a pseudo, almost documentary-ish, like we're looking back at this time, and it's so well done. The characters are really great. The acting is very good. It is kind of rare to just see such nuanced acting in a video game. Because generally, you know, when it comes down to facial animations and stuff like that, you kind of lose a little bit in translation. With this game, you know the thought that's going through somebody's head just by looking at them during the cutscene. And it was really incredible to kind of see that. The gameplay's solid. Like I said, it was kind of, you know, the territorial based from what I mostly played. There was some side mission stuff where you had to go through, and what I was specifically playing was I was taking out what is essentially the KKK and trying to just dismantle their operation, weaken them, because they had a whole PCP ring that they were that was helping fund their activities, which are super messed up. And that's another thing that I thought was very interesting about the game, is it really tackles race, because you're playing, you know, an African-American soldier who's come back from Vietnam and is falling back in with his kind of organized family that he is a part of in New Bordeaux, which is kind of a reimagined New Orleans, set in the 60s, the late 60s, the turbulent 60s, as they say in a lot of the different advertising and stuff like that that I've seen. But it's very solid. The cars are fun to drive. I think the driving mechanics are absolutely fine. They didn't blow me away, but at the same time, I mean, it's driving mechanics. It's not. It's a lot like you don't have the speed limiter, I don't believe, that you did in Mafia 2, but there still is the, if you're speeding, you will get the attention of the cops, or if you're just in general breaking traffic violations. There weren't too many cops on the road whenever I was driving around, and I was usually out in the boonies anyway when I was driving, so all that stuff was pretty interesting. But there's a lot of new features. There's different kind of like hacking mini game stuff when it comes to unlocking stuff. I really like the interplay of the underboss stuff. I didn't get to experience a whole lot of that in my playthrough, but from all the trailers that I've seen, it's kind of an interesting thing. Plus, you have Vito back. Vito is back from Mafia 2, so that's super cool. And then you have the two other characters. My favorite experience of playing it was doing the intro to the game before it got into the territorial stuff. Not that I didn't enjoy the territorial stuff, but that's like I was getting really chunky story bits, and there was a lot of cutscenes, and I was just really like getting engrossed in it. And then fast forwarding, you know, I kind of saw a video presentation of just explaining what's happened in between, and then it kind of launched me later in the game. I can't wait to go from start to finish and just go through that game and travel along the story, because I think it's really the relationships between all these characters. I mean, they're all original characters and new characters outside of Vito that I could tell, and it's very interesting seeing how they all interact with each other and the origins of certain characters in the story. And I can't really say everything, but just because of spoilers for the story. But there's some interesting origins for characters that are important later. It's because I played a good probably 6 hours of the game, and it was good. It was very good. I kind of left with the feeling of I'm excited to play this game, and I'm definitely, for those who have been asking, I'm definitely going to do a playthrough on my channel for it. So do not worry, because that's coming out in October. Which is very, very soon. But yeah, no, the Mafia 3 really has me sold on it. Solid game. So I'm super excited to play like the final version of the game when it comes out. And yeah, so that's Mafia. My thoughts on Mafia 3. Super excited to check it out, and very grateful that the 2K asked me out to come play it. And thank you guys for doing that. I'm not being paid to do this video or anything. They just flew me out to play and capture, and I'm giving you guys my honest opinion on all this stuff. I'm just super jazzed for it, because I've been excited for Mafia 3 since they announced it, and it's just looked better and better as time has gone on. It's really cool seeing that, and I think it's going to be a great game.